Okay, you're making the case that there can't be a usurpment of the democratic process. I want to go across to Chetan Bhagat in Mumbai. He's been following this movement very closely. Chetan, there's this big debate about whether civil society can play a role in shaping policy. Tavleen Singh makes the point that there is a democratic framework which must be followed. After all, no matter what this draft committee comes up with, at the end of the day, it has to go to Parliament, and Parliament must pass that law.
I'm sorry, what I don't understand in India is for everything we need a debate. This is as simple as, in a neighborhood we are saying, do you need a police station or not? And now you're saying, do we need a police station or do we not need a police station? I mean, this is, why are the politicians saying no to this? If they're honest, then it doesn't matter at all. I mean, they don't need to worry, they are not. But I think only somebody who's dishonest will have a problem with this bill. Don't we have board of directors in companies? Every corporate in India, whatever be the shareholder, don't you have board of directors? If there is a CEO of a company, he starts doing inappropriate things, or if he starts doing, I don't know, molesting people or steals corporate money, can't he be fired? Can't the board of directors throw him out? I mean, it's the most logical thing in the world. That's why it is getting such unanimous support. That's why all the celebrities also are, because it's the most obvious thing in the world. Why do we have to debate it? We have to do it. And I'm telling you one thing, Rahul, if the politicians feel that they can swing us into a debate and throw us back by five more years, it is very dangerous. As an observer of trends, I'm saying the way this is growing, it's growing in the class audiences, which is the Twitter, Facebook, and we have farmers who are with Anna sitting there fasting. This is pan-India, pan-economic class, pan-region, and I don't think the politicians realize. Today the youth is revolting. Tomorrow, what if the army starts making statements supporting Anna Hazare? Tomorrow, if the police starts making... I would tell the government to stop this drama and this intellectual stupidity of debates and get this bill passed. All developed countries have an ombudsman who has powers, and whether we call it ombudsman or local or whatever, it is to keep a democracy. Otherwise, our power is unchecked. We have kings. We are not a democracy. I would like to tell anybody who says India is a democracy right now, India is not a democracy. You were taught the wrong thing in school. We are an elected monarchy. If you want to be a democracy, then check the powers. The government has to work for you. You are not working for the government.
Okay, so you're making the point that our political class is being insincere. Let's try and get a voice from the audience. Do people here believe that our politicians are insincere, or do you believe the government is serious about trying to implement the bill?
Well, we have somebody who is part of the system, a bureaucrat who's actually come for some official work. Are you actually participating, or are you simply an onlooker, and do you believe in this question that we've been thrown to?
I am Praveen Kumar, and I am working in the Indian Administrative Services. And I happen to be here not only as a matter of chance, but as a matter of collective concern for real national progress, bringing down the forces, the darker forces, whether they are in the government or are in the opposition or anywhere in the country. The primary point that I am trying to say is that it is good to fast, but the real fast is against corruption. This is not just fasting for food, So, and I have another thing to say, which I think is important, is that collective enthusiasm is good, but at the same time, the important agent of change is the individual behavior. If I do not change, then I may talk about anti-corruption as long as I can.
Making, and I want to put this question both to Arvind Kejriwal and to Swapan Dasgupta, because this is not just about the Lokpal bill. If genuine change is to be brought, there must be reformation, not just in the introduction and the passing of the bill, but also in individual behavior.
You see, I completely agree that there has to be a spiritual revolution in this country, but it is up to the spiritual leaders to do that. And I completely agree that individually we all have to change. But I am not willing to wait for the time when Raja and Kalmadi would change and they would not indulge in corruption. I think we need a system which is able to penalize these people whenever they indulge in corruption. अगर इस देश में कोई भ्रष्टाचार करे तो ऐसा कानून होना चाहिए कि उसकी रूह कांप उठे अगर वो भ्रष्टाचार करे तो.
Okay, Justice Santosh Hegde, the point that is being made is that passing a Lokpal bill, and if it has civil society representatives in the drafting committee, will disturb the democratic fabric of this country. Do you think that's an argument which has some validity? As an expert, do you believe that the manner in which Arvind Kejriwal and everybody else is trying to bring about this change is not good for governance and for a democratic framework?